Greetings, it's Intuitive Jakob back, and I'm here to do a Mercury Retrograde reading. We are stepping into Mercury Retrograde on the 7th. We've been in the pre-shadow for a little while now, and this season, Mercury is actually going between two signs. The sign of Cancer, we started the pre-shadow period, late degrees, 23 degrees, Cancer. We are going Mercury Retrograde in 2 days from now on the 7th. At 4 degrees Leo, and by the time we are going direct again on the 31st of July, we'll be back in Cancer at 24 degrees. There are some interesting interplays with planetary matters, specifically with Pluto in retrograde, Uranus in retrograde, and how Mercury and Mars are planets of communication, how we fight and how we bleep, we'll just say F, and how people might be acting, especially in regards to how healing is coming forward. Retrograde seasons tend to be like a big sweeping magnet of particles that bring things back. So it's a time to review, a time to reflect, and sometimes things just come back in our faces, like relationships and things that had gone missing, and sometimes we're like, get out of here, I don't miss you at all. So could be a mixed bag for many of you. I'm going to ask that you know your own stories, your own genders, and know whether or not these depictions will apply to you. I will be doing 12 different readings, one for each of the 12 tribes. Make sure you check your sun, your moon, and your rising with me, because I'm actually more of a moon reader guy. And I will also say I'm focusing mostly on the healing energy in this. We have Chiron making a very strong appearance here at 4 degrees Aries. Wherever you might have that located, whatever is going on in your house of Aries may be influenced heavily with this type of healing that's coming forward. So I'm doing a 5-card spread for each of you. It's a cross, and with my cross readings, we can look at past, present, future and have an idea of what reasons and potentials are, but really this is to give us an idea of situations, challenges, what our overall guidance is, how we're being focused, and more or less what we can determine an outcome to be, to give us an idea of how we might want to interact or not with certain people, places, and situations. Because TBH, I keep hearing this is sort of a stifling, heavy, almost like wet blanket energy for some people. So many of us will be challenged by people who would like to influence a certain way, and it could be a time for power struggles to present themselves. Not that we have to participate in that, and I will just caution on that because I just keep hearing about people's impulses and the reasons why they might machinate towards another person. So we're going to take a look at that now, and I wanted to thank all of you who subscribe to my channel and those of you who support my spirit work. I really appreciate the thumbs up, especially if you appreciate my work or like the style of reading. And if you do, hit that little bell. It'll let you know when I upload more videos. All right, we'll see you on the inside of your video. Hey, what's going on, Aquarius? How you doing? Thanks for being here for the reading. I've been clearing the space and the energies here, and you had some really talkative cards. I was shuffling these decks and messages kept trying to pop out, and if they don't flip over, I'm kind of just, you know, shuffling through them because so many messages are coming up right now over this retrograde and looking for healing. And that's really what the focus of this card reading is about, this cross. But the jealousy haters card was showing up in my Sibilas, and right while it was showing up, the Great Relief card, Gran Consolazione, like flew out of the deck on me. And so I'm hearing some of y'all are going to be relieved to find out what the jealous situation's about. They're telling me that for some of y'all, it's just about changes that you've made and how people will present themselves. But I'm hearing cautionary notes about how potential jealous lovers might show up right now, because they're saying for some of you all, it is only out of jealousy, and you need to be aware that some people might only come back because now they realize they have lost something, or that there's competition there, and that it could be a little manipulative. Just put it that way. Also, when I was laying these cards down, they were just letting me know where to drop them. I had cards falling out of the bottom of the deck, so I just went with it. Let's see what we've got for this retrograde season. All right, so 10 of Swords upright is what's facing us here. And I'm hearing for some of y'all, you're going to figure out who the jealous hater was and who's actually been trying to stab you in the back. And some of you all were literally stabbed in the back and taken out in a way that you didn't realize because you've been too focused on other things. But this is the end of that time. This is the end of a period of difficult things. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like, I'm not recommending acupuncture right now. I'll just put it that way. Not in this situation. In fact, I'm hearing somebody might be dealing with some kind of a malpractice case, something that happened, either how they were cut or how somebody was handling them verbally. Let's see what else is going on. A lot of messages coming up about communication, hostile communication, and things that had to change, why things changed. All right. Present moment, present situation. Well, we've got an end to hard times here, Aquarius. Whatever it was that was keeping you in a state of perhaps financial bondage, or I'm hearing problems with housing or roommates, and whatever happened in May, I'm hearing it was shitty communication from somebody you thought was there with you through thick and thin, and at the present moment, it's just coming out in the open how bad the situation might have been with that person that you didn't even realize. And I'm also hearing for other people, it's like if you were looking for a change of job, you might be considerate of something that's coming your way because it's going to prove to be very lucrative for some of you. You might not have been in a bad financial position, but if you were, this is actually showing us, wow, there's protection on your home, is what I'm hearing. First of all, the Bagua wanted to speak up, so thank you for advanced home security. And in this situation here, we're seeing just a change of events. You're going to find out that you might have somebody that literally is by your side that you didn't know was there, especially if they missed you, because this is a sign of people feeling like they were cast out. And I'm hearing for somebody, it's like they might only come to the surface because of what that pop-out message was, just feeling jealous or like they were left out. All right, and that is very typical for retrograde season. Sometimes people come back. It's just like a boomerang that goes out. Mercury's a weird thing. It's like a particle sweep for me. It's a big, huge magnet that goes around collecting remnants and fractures and things that might have been there or might have gone missing at a different time. And in this situation, we're hearing about things that might come back after periods of being apart. And for some of y'all, it's like a 5-month thing. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's whatever happened in May. Something happened in May, and somebody might have been left out in the cold for something. But let's see what the past actually tells us about this, because this is a little bit of clarity about what the challenge has been about. And I'm hearing it has to do with how somebody left. Because this is the Six of Swords showing up here, and they're telling me you might actually be dealing... Oh, excuse me. I'm editing videos, and so they're popping up here as we're going through this. What I'm hearing here is that you might be dealing with somebody that's got earth and air in their chart. This is sometimes a Taurus for me, especially if they've shut themselves out. I've seen this, but anytime we're dealing with Pentacle suit, this could be dealing with things in the physical material realm. If it has to do with people, they might have strong earth in their natal constitution, whether it's Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. The month of 5 is really big here, so I'm hearing it might be somebody with Taurus, Aquarius, Taurus in their chart, and perhaps also Gemini, because we've got the Six of Swords showing here. But I'm hearing for some of you, this is just how you chose to leave a situation and why. I'm hearing that it was like devoid of stability in different ways. And so for some of you, the reason why things might be changing or why they might have come to an end might have to do with either how you or another person left a situation. I'm hearing it was a great thing to do, though, because whatever was showing up here had to end, and it's like you left some petty BS behind you. What card comes before this Six of Swords is the Five of Swords, and that is not a great energy. That's a card that I've seen happen when people are being gaslit, abused, attacked by narcissists, and sometimes physically in altercations, if not directly, but nearly, because that is a card that actually demonstrates the aftermath of physical violence. And so we're hearing some of you all got out in time. Whatever it was, it might have been unpleasant. But I'm also hearing for somebody, it's like you could be dealing with somebody with earth element in their chart. I'm hearing if this is a combination for some people of who they're dealing with, and that it might be somebody that's either like Gemini, Taurus cusp, or they have some air and earth in their chart. Excuse me, I'm thirsty. The iced tea is good. All right, what are we seeing here in our near future? This is sort of a guidance card for us, Aquarius. Oh, yeah. I like that. Okay, so if you have gone a period of time feeling like you were left out in the cold for something and like you had to leave and maybe left with some support. These might be some companions of yours. Maybe if they weren't with you, if you didn't physically move with, say, like your children or your spouse. I'm hearing for some of y'all, you might be the single parent that had to take off because of a situation that destabilized your home. And it might have a spiritual connotation. This is people that are outside of a church. This is actually a church here, where people could be taken care of inside, and it's like these people can't get inside, or they had to leave for some reason. But I'm hearing about feeling left out and why somebody took off after maybe waiting and just feeling like this is as much as I can put into this situation that has left me no recourse because I'm like dead energetically. Because the card before this too is, it's like the nightmare card. It's the person that's up all night. It's the Nine of Swords. They might have pain in their neck and their back, and they're just laying in bed just like tormented by something. And it's like somebody might have been tormented by whatever distances that they had to cross. And I'm hearing about like 9-hour time differences for people. I was getting a really strong long distance vibe for relationships, even if it was like long distance relationships or counterparts. It was coming up a lot for Capricorn. You might be dealing with Capricorn too, or have that in your chart. You might want to check that reading because that was really strong there. But we're seeing something awesome in the future here. Like, and I'm hearing this is the immediate future. This is practically like right now, Aquarius. You might not realize that somebody is coming for you. And if it's this one here, oh wow, you are one lucky duck, because that Queen of Wands, especially when she shows up right, that's someone with some passion. She's sexy. She's in her element. She's well adjusted. She's creative. Sometimes she's an artist. She might be a business owner. She loves animals. She has a good rapport with nature. And she's elevated somehow. This is the Queen. And I'm hearing for some of you all, this is going to feel really good, especially if you felt like you were being left out of something. I'm hearing, be careful though, because there was some jealousy thing showing up before, and I'm hearing you might not realize that you had an admirer in this person. They might be new to you. And if that's the case, you just might realize you have some more options here than you thought you did. And I'm hearing for some of you all, if this is like a creative type of pursuit, this might be somebody stepping forward and appreciating you, appreciating your work, appreciating something about you. And it could be the turn that you were looking for, that, or maybe you weren't looking for it. Maybe you didn't even know that something like this was possible, because it's almost like changing your mind about something that you were doing, where you might realize, wow, I didn't realize how much better this could be because I was really maybe on the wrong side of something and didn't realize it. And I say the wrong side lightly. I mean, it might not be a bad thing. You might have actually made a move to something better, but I hear it's like an upgrade. This looks like a very big upgrade to me. If you're looking for a new business partner, watch it, because this is the retrograde season here right now, and sometimes things can be fickle. And I was getting some possible manipulative vibes coming off of some of the things that are in people's areas, especially if you are not really sure where the shots were coming from that were being launched at you yet. Because it sounds like there were just some crass, petty individuals somewhere for some of you, and I'm really tempted to see what's under here. Oh yeah. So this was kind of just wanting to manifest underneath here for me to see. This card's literally blowing off the top, and I love seeing upright justice underneath it. I'm hearing whatever the hell happened here, it's coming out in the open. You might not realize that you had an advocate that was witnessing things, and if this is not a romantic reading, this is just somebody you want on your side, and this is somebody who would stand up for the right thing and who would be creative about how they might help create a problem, situation into a solution situation. It's like somebody who can create things. So there's a strong emphasis on creation. And I'm hearing for some of you all too, this might be the bridge of a long distance relationship for some of you. Okay, let's see. Oh, I didn't even say what she could be. All right, so if this is not you, because this could be you too, Aquarius, whether or not you're considering yourself a queen, I've seen plenty of dudes show up with this energy. In fact, when I show up with this energy, it's always a good time. I'm an Aquarius sun, by the way. I love showing up like her, because this is like when you're feeling like you're in your element, and somebody that can actually take the time to beautify things. It's like this is somebody that just shows up very lovely with how they do things, and anytime I'm able to embody this energy, I think it's a good thing. But I'm hearing for some of you, this is more somebody that's coming forward, and if that's the case, they might have very strong fire element in their natal constitution, possibly Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. So could be like their sun, their moon, or their rising. And if it's not, it's just how they show up. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. This is our focus card. This is going to give us an idea of the reason for why things are the way they are right now. Okay, that is communication, is what I'm hearing for some of you all. We've got the Page of Swords showing up, and I'm hearing for some of you, this is communication that you didn't know was going to come through. And in some cases, it's like finding out that somebody was watching you from a distance that you didn't know about. Because sometimes this little page here is studying things, and they might be considering doing something. They might be writing things or taking notes. And this is kind of a little bit of a covert energy sometimes. This can be a little bit of a spy. Although I'm not taking it badly. If it was up this way, I'd say, oh, you got a little booger, you know, possibly chasing you wrong and trolling you. This way, not so much a troll. Maybe a little bit more of a mature, less mature energy. It's the immature court card. And I don't mean like they're immature like bad. Maybe if they're like this, they're real bratty sometimes, or real to do with. But when they show up like this, it's like you just know that there are 4 people in the court cards, and the way they progress always start with the page, and then you go to the knight, then you go to the queen, then you go to the king. When it's the page, it's the one that's a little less mature about how they communicate, but they want to communicate. This is somebody earnest, and I'm hearing for some of you all too, they might be younger than you, and if they aren't, it's like it just might be the first time that they can communicate. And for some people, it's realizing that while you were making your moves and doing things, that you might have had somebody paying attention that you didn't know about. And that's a good thing to know if that's the reason, because if they show up having gone from Page of Swords to Queen of Wands, that's a significant upgrade in how things have developed, and maybe it being a passing consideration about somebody to being more of a passionate, hey baby, or maybe somebody studying you and then deciding, hey, I really want to connect with you, and you know, I have this thing in my hand and it would be really nice to have your participation. Because I'm hearing for some of you all, this is somebody wanting to hook up for creative purposes, possibly business purposes, and it could be very lucrative. Okay, let's see what's going on here with the future potential outcome, Aquarius. I'm feeling good about it. This is looking like passion here, yo. All right, Page of Wands. So this is looking like communication coming from somebody that has intent for something, and this is a new beginning. This is something that can start off great and well and fiery and creatively, if I didn't say that again. But Page of Wands, there's also a lot of people here. This could be multiple people showing up, but I'm hearing for some of you, this is just how a situation develops, where communication comes forward about somebody that actually has the durability to be something in the future, and it actually showing up as an offer or communication. And if that's the case, this is somebody that is very admirable. Like, this is somebody to admire. This is a lovely person, this page. They take care of themselves. They're fiery. They are creative. They're driven about what they're doing. And if this is somebody, bless you, baby. If this is somebody that has their eye on you for more than friendship, that's somebody who wants to get sexy with you. And there's a lot of fire here. So, you know, we've got some fiery characters here. Hearing there might be a little bit of an age difference here. But I don't feel like this is anything negative. In fact, this is probably the best reading that I've done. Yours in Capricorn's really, really good over this retrograde. So I'm hearing whatever you're doing, especially right now, it might be working out for you, and it might not be working out for you in the way you think. It looks like there's some participation that might help benefit the direction it's going in. I'm hearing for those of you that might have been in a situation, they're talking about 5 to 6 years for some of you. For some of you, it's like 5 to 6 months. But I'm hearing it's more like 5 to 6 years for some of you, especially if you had a real shit relationship before, or some things you had fallen on some bad times. This is a turn of events. And this is an opportunity for more. And I'm hearing some of you are going to realize you've got like 3 or more suitors here. And that might be the biggest challenge for some of you, is that you've got people looking at you. I'm seeing people that might be kind of like spying and studying on you, and maybe 2 other people that are ready to become involved with you in some way. And there might be one that really stands out above the others, because 2 of them look like less mature energy, and one of them is like literally the queen here. So nice, Aquarius. Let's see if we can get a little bit more information on this. I'd like to find out about this new start, because for some of you, this is just about the progression of events, how communication comes forward about opportunities to shine and to elevate stature, and possibly taking on a new direction with somebody. It could be a creative contract. It could be something seasonal too. But yeah, let's see what we can find out about that Page of Wands, because that is definitely a new beginning. Page of Wands for Aquarius. I think that'll do it right there. Okay. Prigione showing up. Ooh, I'm hearing for some of you all, this is about that justice and this 10 of Swords, and somebody's gonna go down for it, and especially if they had their hands on your money. I'm hearing about somebody interfering with somebody's mail, and a possible check that came, or benefits fraud. They're talking to me about benefits fraud for somebody. I'm hearing that justice is a dish served best bitchy, and that some of y'all might want to get real bitchy with this one, especially if you find out something that you didn't know about and that you had an advocate that came clear with some information, because somebody's in jail here. I'm hearing for some of you too, this might be somebody that is being released. If this isn't somebody that's in trouble, and that might be what the justice is. Let's see here, what else? Ooh, Amante. There's the lover. Wow, wow, wow. That is one of the two lovers in this deck, and she has been admiring. Sometimes I see her just like staring at somebody's page there. It's like, you know, she's looking at this locket or something, but I just see somebody like looking at their phone and being like, and just like staring. And I'm hearing for some of you, this is like kind of like your get out of jail free card. It's like finding out that somebody really cared after feeling like kind of stuck, and it's like, I don't know what to do. This communication isn't here. So were you waiting to hear back from somebody? I'm hearing some of y'all feel like you got shut out, and that you're gonna find out that you have a lover here. Well, disgrazia. This is like a tower moment, and this is not always a good one. I'm hearing for some of you all, this is what sets your world on fire, and you're gonna find out from somebody, maybe if they were your friend too, that you didn't know about. It's like a secret love, that somebody's going to expose something about the house. Something happened in the house. I was hearing something about Sagittarius too. Like, I literally couldn't burn anything while I was doing the Sagittarius video. This may or may not have to do with you, Aquarius, but definitely if you have Sag that you're dealing with, or Sag in your natal constitution, you might want to check that video, because I was hearing about how, like, Jakob, don't light anything on fire. Sag has enough fire going on right now to burn the whole house down, is what I was hearing. So you might find out about some bullshit. I'm hearing, if that's the case, it's coming out this month. The month of 7 is showing up big time here, and beep-a-deep-a-deep. L'allegrezza is what's looking up. This is the butterfly. This is somebody who can take off and take flight. I'm hearing for some of you all, somebody wants to. It's like you might get an invitation to go somewhere, or have somebody come and see you. And I'm hearing the worst case scenario is that you might have to wait a little bit. They're talking to me about naturalization and immigration laws, and I don't know what I'm hearing here, but they're showing me it's like 9 and 10, so it's something that either happens in September or October. Possibly. It might not be that long, but for somebody it's like, this is what I want to do. And hearing it from somebody that might have to try to keep whatever their feelings are light. And that's the thing about these pages. Sometimes their communication is like the hardest thing for them, especially if they have well-developed feelings, but you don't have that rapport with them, is keeping it light. And so for some of you all, I'm just hearing that, especially if you're dealing with hectic situations where you find out about some bullshit that was going on either with your house or with a situation to deal with your finances, it might be a mixed bag at the time that this love offer is coming through, but I see love stepping up to the plate here, Aquarius. So It's feeling good, and I'm excited. I'm an Aquarius too, so woohoo for us. But anyway, let me know what you think about this reading. I would love to hear about it, especially if it resonated for you. If you'd like one with just your energies, hit me up at artoflove.me. My information's also in the description box below. I'd love to do that for you. And if you like my reading, hit me with a thumbs up. It feels really good. It's like a hug going all the way around. And take care. We'll catch you again when we're back for another one. Bye for now.